Today I am going to show you how to boil and peel an egg without ripping it to shreds. Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Vintage Food Farm. For years, in fact for decades, I have not been able to boil eggs without having a lot of trouble peeling them. And as some of you may know, I am definitely now a crazy chicken lady, and I thought it was ridiculous that I was still ripping my eggs apart when I was trying to peel them. So I did a lot of research, I looked at a lot of experts, and I have now mastered the art of boiling an egg. But first, let's go and collect some eggs from the chickens. This is an old steamer basket that I used to collect the eggs. Lexi, Sheila, you coming? Let's go. Let's go get some eggs. Hello, Moringa. Did you lay me an egg today? Did you lay me an egg? Let's go and see. Hello, chickens. Did you guys lay me some eggs? Pepper, did you lay me an egg? Okay, there's a lot going on in here. So that's Ginger. Ginger is laying an egg. Here's some eggs here. What is going on? Strawberry, really? Okay, here's some eggs. Okay, let's get some more eggs. Let's get some more eggs. And there's our silver Sussex laying. So Mrs. Guinea's coming in here to lay an egg. They're all her eggs in there. And then they're her babies that the Plymouth Rock chicken is looking after. So they're all terrified of this female guinea. Even though she's their mother, she can be pretty mean. It is tough love, so she will peck at them but not get them in order to train them to survive. So the chickens are really gentle with the baby guineas, but guinea fowl are really mean with their kids. But I've watched her and watched her and watched her, and she's never ever actually hurt a baby guinea. She just pecks at it, scares it to death, so that it builds up its reflexes and it will survive. So we have our eggs. I think I'll wait for Ginger. No, I'll just leave you alone, hey? Shall I leave you to lay your egg? I'll leave you. Hello, teenager guinea. Hello. And this chicken's molting. It's pretty terrifying when you first see a chicken molting because you don't know what is happening. But some chickens molt a few times a year or once a year. I don't know what the pattern is yet. That's the first time that one's molted. And I walked into the coop one day and saw black feathers everywhere. And I immediately looked up and trying to see if there was a snake or something. But then I remembered another chicken we had, which was also an Australorp cross, which had molted as well in the same way. And she's completely healthy and she's getting all her new feathers coming back now. All right, let's go and boil these eggs. You can hear the cockatoos going nuts. Whenever it rains, they just seem to get really angsty and carry on. So let's go. Let's boil some eggs. So I'll show you what we've got on the table. These are the eggs that the chickens have laid over the last few days. That's just to show you how gorgeous these eggs are. There's the eggs that we picked in the rain just then that we collected. I've got some cold water. This is not butter. This is actually just ice. Instead of doing all tiny little ice cube trays, I just recycle a container and fill it with water, and that will keep the water nice and cold. So if I'm cooking eggs inside, most of the time I don't even use ice. I'll just put the eggs into a bowl of water to cool down, then I will run the tap water again, and that's enough. But just because we're outside and I can't re-cool down the water, I'm going to use ice. So now we've got some nice cold water. We've got our egg pricker, which you can buy online, or if you have a Daiso shop near you, which is just like the Japanese $2 shop. Actually, it's a $3.30 shop now, but any $2 shop will have an egg pricker. So this is our egg pricker, and this is our egg, and each egg has like a pointy end and then a flatter end, and we want to put a hole by just gently pressing, and that puts a hole into the bottom of the egg. That there. So we're just going to go through and we're going to press a hole into the bottom of each egg first, because we want them to all go into the water at one time. I'm just going to put this lid back on this pot because that is hot, steamy, that I do not need. So just pushing it in nice and gently. And that's it. That's how we use our $3.30 little egg pricker. Now, if you did not have an egg pricker, you can use a pin, you can use a needle, you can open up a safety pin really carefully and use that. Anything that you could use, a tailor's awl, if anyone knows what that is, and just to poke a tiny hole in the rounded end of your egg before you put it into the boiling water. So when we put our eggs into the water, there is a combination of things happening. First, the membrane is going to come away from the shell because it is so hot in the water and the egg is room temperature. I don't keep my eggs in the fridge. If you have chickens that lay eggs, as long as you don't wash them, they will stay out on the bench absolutely fine. If I was going to keep them for weeks, then I would put them into the fridge. So we're going to boil our eggs today from room temperature. So all of the times that I say is based on room temperature. So if you do keep your eggs in the fridge because they're store-bought or you prefer to do that, make sure you take them out a little while before and just let them warm up to room temperature. So I've poked the holes into the bottom of the eggs, and I'm now going to get my phone because I'm going to use the stopwatch on my phone to time the eggs. Okay, let's boil these eggs. So we have our water absolutely rumbling and boiling away. We have our cold water, ice water in this case, but you can just use cold water if you are inside and have a tap. We have our eggs that have been pricked, that we pricked with our $3.30 Daiso egg pricker, or any other one that you can get from a $2 shop or the internet. So we will take our lid off. That's it. The easiest way to put your eggs into the boiling water is just to use either a slotted spoon or a little basket so that you can pop them in without dropping them or burning yourself. And then just before we do that, I'm just going to start our timer. So I've got our timer going, and I'm going to pop the eggs in. You'll see there are a couple of strings of egg. That is nothing to worry about. That is all just a part of the process with the water getting in around the membrane a little bit, and some of the white coming out, which is a part of what makes it easier to peel. So you'll see that those eggs cooled that water down quite a lot, and that's why it's really important to have a rumbling boil when you put them in. Everyone likes their eggs differently, and obviously we all cook them how we like them. I don't like runny white. I like runny yolk, but not runny white. So when I do a a soft boiled egg, I do 6 minutes for one that I don't have to peel, and I would just cut the top off, and I'll show you that. So 6 minutes for a soft boiled egg that you would eat out of the shell. 8 minutes for the jammy undercooked boiled egg, but all the white is completely cooked, and I'll show you that one. And then 10 minutes for your standard hard boiled egg that you would use in a potato salad or in an egg and lettuce sandwich. So 3 eggs, 6-minute egg, an 8-minute egg, and a 10-minute egg. And some people will do a 4-minute egg, but that is way too undercooked for me. I know when you go to Malaysia and you have kaya toast and you crack open the 60-degree egg, that is too much for me to bear. I like the white cooked. So we're getting close to the 6-minute mark, so I'm going to take 1 egg out that I'm going to put into an egg cup, and I'll crack that open and show you what that is like. So this is the 6-minute boiled egg, and I must say these eggs are probably a large size egg. Okay, so 6 minutes, I don't know if you can see that, and let's go. And I'll keep the timer going so that we have it ready for the 8-minute and the 10-minute. And then pop that in there, fingers of steel. So that is our soft boiled egg, which should have, hopefully, all of the white cooked. And that is a perfect soft boiled egg. So you can see there that there is no runny white at all, but the yolk is beautiful and deep orange and tasty, and you can put a little bit of butter, a little bit of pepper, or just eat it like that. Okay, so we are now coming up to 8 minutes, and we are going to plunge them into the icy cold water. And I'm going to get most of them out. I'll get 3 of them out. So they're 8-minute eggs into the icy cold water so that they stop cooking. And I will leave them in there for 2 minutes, and then I will take out the 10-minute eggs and I'll show you the difference. Okay, so I've just got this separate plastic container in there from the ice, and I'm going to use that to put those 8-minute eggs in. I'm now going to take out our 10-minute eggs. So and you'll see, I don't know if you can see, but the eggs are slightly cracked on the shell, but that doesn't matter. That's just going to make it easier. So I've got my eggs in the ice water. I'll just turn this boiling water off. Okay, so taking out an egg, very gently, just cracking it all over, and then starting at the end that has the hole in it, and using a bit of water if you need to, just to you see how beautiful and easily that shell is coming away from the egg. No damage at all, a beautifully boiled egg. And now I'll cut that in half and I'll show you how beautiful that is on the inside. So there is our 8-minute boiled egg, and I will cut that in half, and just look at that. No ugly green ring, really jammy, really lovely. And that would be great on top of a bowl of noodle soup. You can also marinate an egg that is that cooked in soy sauce and ginger and mirin overnight, and make it into a beautiful marinated ramen egg, which you can put on top of your ramen noodles, which is so yummy. So now we will do our 10-minute egg. which should be slightly more done than the 8-minute. So gently, gently cracking it, and then in the water or under a tap. Just gently, ouch, gently take away the shell. And you can see there that is a perfectly cooked and peeled 10-minute egg. So I'll just cut that and I'll show you what that one looks like inside. Just get rid of that shell. So that is our 8-minute boiled egg, perfectly peeled, beautiful jammy yolk. No green line or any grey discoloration. That is our 10-minute egg. So a little bit more cooked through. You could even go to 11 or 12 minutes if you wanted to for a potato salad. And then we also have our 6-minute soft boiled egg, which is just so beautiful. So one of the things that makes it easier to boil and peel an egg is if you use an older egg, because the air sac around the membrane, between the membrane and the shell, gets bigger and bigger as the egg gets older and the egg shrinks. The problem is, so you can do that, you can use older eggs and that will make it easier. The problem is I have chickens because I want beautiful fresh eggs every day. I don't want to be leaving eggs to get old just so that I can boil them. And with this method, with the pricking of the eggshell and with plunging them into really boiling water, when the egg is at room temperature, I do not have a problem anymore boiling and peeling my you can't get fresher eggs, and I can still peel them really easily. So this is the egg stand that we keep on our kitchen bench, and we fill it from the front and we fill all the way back to here, and then as we want eggs we come down to this end to where the oldest eggs are, which are still only a couple of days old, and we eat them from there. And then when we eat through this first rack, we take the empty rack and we put it at the beginning again so that we have the eggs just rotating constantly, and we know which are the freshest and which have to be eaten first. So the sun has finally come out, and I'll show you something that chickens do in the sun that actually helps them to lay more eggs. They need the sunlight to make them lay eggs, and that is sunbaking and getting all those rays into their feathers. They look ridiculous, but that stimulates their egg laying skills. Did you lay me an egg today? Did you lay me an egg? Did you? Did you lay me an egg? So these eggs are now nice and cool. I'm going to show you what you do if you want to make a chicken really happy. Do you want some more? Who wants an 8-minute egg? Who wants an 8-minute egg? Okay, then who wants a 10-minute egg? Let's see if there's any difference. Don't bite me. Go. Yep, the chickens approve of the 10-minute eggs. And what? Oh! Go. Chickens absolutely love eggs and they're really good for them, but you must cook them, because if the chicken starts to get a smell and a taste for raw eggs, they will actually eat them in the nesting boxes as they lay them. So I do give the chickens boiled eggs, and I give them to them crushed up so that they can't see that it is an egg. And I also, if you want to give your chickens eggshells as a calcium supplement, just pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes, then crush them up, and when they're really cool, you can feed that to the chickens, and it doesn't smell like a raw egg because it's been cooked. You can also scramble eggs. I scramble eggs for the baby guinea fowl and for the chickens if I feel like giving them a treat, because they really, really love it. So that is it. That is how you boil really fresh eggs really easily. Get yourself an egg pricker or put a needle into a cork or use a pin or a safety pin or whatever, something safe to prick the bottom of your eggs. Put room temperature eggs into rumbling boiling water. Leave them in there for however long you want, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, less if you want. Put them into icy cold water, leave them for 2 or 3 minutes, and you will be able to peel your beautiful boiled eggs really easily. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really like showing you how to do this because this is something that has driven me crazy for years. If you feel like it, and only if you feel like it, like and subscribe. But most importantly, stay calm in the farm.